All right, I'll call the meeting to order. First item is to approve the agenda.
Move to approve agenda.
Second.
So moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes from our last meeting.
Make a motion to approve minutes, last meeting.
Second.
So moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. And approval of claims for payment.
Move to approve claims for payment.
Second.
Any further discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have a public hearing at 10:05. It's 10:02.
Not by that.
Not by that clock? Is that the clock we're going by?
Cameras on.
I think we can go ahead and start. We'll just make sure we still open it at 10:05 here. I will go ahead and open the public hearing on the FY 2012-2013 budget amendment. I don't see any questions from the room. Daryl, maybe you'd like to comment just a little bit on it as we go here, and then we'll close the hearing and go to the next part.
The budget amendments for, there's quite a bit of asphalt patching work that was done last spring, but the bills didn't come in until after July 1, so it wasn't budgeted in this budget for it. And then the rock program was late last year also, and then that came over into this fiscal year. And we've had a long winter and a tough spring.
I think the biggest two items that I saw, and one thing I think Daryl, we've been working on it pretty strong, is trying to get everything paid for within the same year. I know you're still battling a little bit from last, or the change of engineers that budgeting things and then paying for them in a different year sometimes is done out there, and you're working hard to try and make sure that we use the money in that year when we use the rock. And so I'm really behind you on trying to getting this straightened out and getting everything into the same year. I think it's a lot easier to track our finances that way. So.
Yeah, I'll have to second that. It's a more transparent way that Daryl is running the budget now.
The other thing, if I was talking to you right on that, is all we're doing is amending it from next year's budget into this year's budget. We're not asking for any more money, we're just rolling it from next year's to this year's.
From the carryover, we don't have as much carryover that rolls in then.
Right.
Right. And we've been pouring a lot of rock on the roads.
Yes, we have.
We've had really a lot of good comments about switching that rock program to spring, so it's, except for the few places it's washed out.
Well, but honestly, I spent a couple of hours, actually, you met me driving in from the Alden way.
Oh, yeah?
But spent a couple hours on the gravel roads and they're looking pretty good right now. So it's amazing with the weather that we've had, so.
Any other questions for Daryl or about the amendment? If not, I'll go ahead and close the hearing. Should be fast, yep. And I will move to item 6, which is the adoption of the budget amendment.
Move to approve the adoption of the budget amendment.
I'll second.
So moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Just roll call on the adoption, Nancy.
Lance?
Aye.
Ron?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
Bill?
And then we have the appropriations resolution. Turn the volume on my cell phone down there. Thought I had it turned down. Apologize for that.
make a motion to approve the appropriation resolution to amend the 213 fiscal year with the following additions. $412,766 secondary roads, 28,000 IRBM.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Any further discussion? That would also be a roll call vote.
Ron,
Aye.
Lance.
Aye.
Brian.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. That puts us into item 8, resolution for approval of DOT budget amendment.
I'm gonna have to apologize, Nancy, I didn't get that resolution to you. I forgot to bring it.
Okay?
I'll put it on next week.
Well, the resolution would state that just amending the DOT budget to match the county budget.
That's what I was wondering on that. All right.
And
How soon will you need that?
last Friday. But I'll talk to you next week.
Okay. Because we have a conflict for meetings for next week. So, it's not that we can't, just Ron has an obligation that he can't be here, but.
I can make a phone call.
We can throw something together
You
to
could
make a.
leave the meeting open today and have him put it together and
Bring it back.
Because it is on the agenda.
Okay.
approve it later. That's an
Is that gonna work
option.
for you to
Yeah.
get it, bring it back?
Yep.
Okay.
In fact, if I go in James' office, I might be able to get it fixed up here pretty quick.
Okay. Let's just do that. We won't adjourn at the end. We'll let you run and grab that. And then, because we have to do drainage anyway, so we're gonna be here doing that. So that will work. That gets us right to number 9, change regular meeting date. That's funny. Ron's gonna be out next week, and so we're looking at not having a meeting next week. As of right now, we don't have anything that date-wise, has to happen. So I guess it's up to you guys. Ron said he would be available to call in if we wanted to do that, so.
If we wanted to maybe just throw a clause in that if we do need a meeting, that.
We'll put it together and
yeah,
call
we
him.
can put it together.
Does that sound like a plan?
So we want to make the motion to change the regular meeting June 19th, and if we need a meeting prior to that, we'll just put one together.
Is that a motion?
Okay.
Is there a second?
Second.
So moved and seconded that our next meeting will be June 19th, unless one is needed before then. All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? That motion carries.
Does that sound good, Nancy?
That sounds great.
Next item of business is that resolution approving agreement for assessment of certificate of purchase of tax sale and compromise of tax. And this is the one that we visited about last week. And it looks like we have all the numbers current. And there she is. Do you have anything to add, Michelle,
No,
on that?
I just know that the parties involved are agreeable to the totals
Okay,
and are planning on sending a check
Okay.
if you guys.
we passed it, it's a done deal, is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Okay. So unless you guys have questions or concerns?
Your advice is?
Well, I think it would be a win-win situation for the city and the county and everyone all around.
Okay,
That's my opinion. Otherwise, it might not ever happen.
right.
Absolutely. I make a motion to approve the resolution agreement for assignment of certificate of purchase at tax sale and compromise of tax.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Any further discussion on that? If not, that is a roll call vote.
Ron,
Aye.
Lance.
Aye.
Brian.
Aye. That motion carries. We have the auditor's monthly report in front of us.
Move to approve the auditor's report of collected fees from 5/1/2013 to 5/31/2013 of $490.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the report. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that motion carries. In front of us, we have two separate or different types of contracts for people rides, transportation services for this year. And I see Lynn's here, so Lynn, maybe you want to just say a few words about people rides and
Okay.
what's going on there.
Yeah, and I'm involved with the one contract because that is for our bus that takes people, our clients from Hardin County up to Hampton every day, and another route that takes people from our county down to Marshalltown to the workshop. So the rates have stayed the same as the previous year. Because Medicaid now covers most of these services, it's not probably going to be, it'll be minimal out of the county budget, but they still go on our rates. So if we would have somebody come along that isn't Medicaid eligible and the county needs to pay, we would pay these rates. But it also sets the rates for like what they bill under the waiver programs for the state as to what they can bill. So I would just ask that you approve this contract. It does have a, it has a 30-day out if we ever would want to, when we get into our region and want to change anything, we could always cancel it if we needed to, but I don't see that we'll need to do that, but it is for a 1-year period.
Okay. Any other questions for Lynn? Thanks, Lynn. Not entertain motion, and we do have two contracts, so we can do one motion, but it has to be for both of them.
And I think the other one is they provide like 2 days a week, they do some transportation within the county.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, the contract with you, they're going to get services in another county, and for us to provide those services would cost a lot more than transporting them to the county, correct?
Yeah, we don't have any other way to get them there,
Yeah.
and we don't have the service available in the county.
This is a
so.
good deal.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve People Rights contract for transportation services for both contracts.
I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion on that? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Excellent. Next item is item 13, change of status in the sheriff's department. Looks like I just have one.
Move to approve Dalton Miller, correctional officer, part-time at $11.78 an hour, permanent part-time, hiree.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Utilities, permits, and secondary roads department.
No utility permits today.
Okay. Water's receding off our roads? Slowly?
Slowly.
Okay.
We're hauling a lot of riprap and stuff right now, trying to stabilize edges. Just a reminder, tomorrow is Jerry's party from 3:30 to 5:30-ish at the fairgrounds. Our
Okay.
maintenance superintendent retiring. And tomorrow I'd like to post that position then.
Okay.
We'll know officially today if I remember correctly. He has the 7 days to,
7 days after the signing.
and
Yep.
it's today,
Yes.
so
Good.
move forward with that then.
Sounds good. Any other questions for Darrell?
Some complaints on roads. You had one guy en route on one of them before I even called him. So, no. It's tough out there.
It is.
We have too many hills down there. Washed out, real flat, water comes up nicely, then goes away nicely.
You just hold it.
You just hold it.
And we just take it.
And we can send it down to you.
Roxanne sent an email saying that the FEMA people are coming to look Friday at our county,
Okay,
so
okay,
see if we'll get declared a presidential
okay.
disaster or not.
When and where?
I believe she said Friday. I know that FEMA's coming to Grundy tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't get any times, just tomorrow,
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday in the morning.
yeah. Okay.
So,
Anything else? All right.
it for today.
Other business? Might notice our little friend James sitting over there with a camera today. We're experimenting with getting our meetings onto some type of filming format, whether that'll be the internet or local television stations or something. And so we're just trying to get the sound right and just seeing how we're gonna look and sound just with using one camera. So if you notice him in the room, that's what's going on, and we'll just see how it turns out. For those of you that are sitting behind the camera, it's not fair. We'll go ahead and just leave the meeting open then. Daryl's shot over to get that stuff, and when he gets back, we will approve that budget along with the other one.
I'll send Jane down there and you bring it.
You know, I left my drainage packet
Hi, how are you?
upstairs, so I can
Okay.
run up and